Fuck. I've been thinking a lot about a lot of things, and one that really just fuck got my attention and was bothering my mind this whole time um, was the fact that I couldn't concentrate on anything, right? And when I say concentrate on anything, I mean like uh I gotta go to another university, right? I gotta go to other country and stuff like that. And there it'll probably be harder to study and to make sure that your scholarship stays with you, right? So um my tuition is fully covered and I have some sort of a stipend, doesn't matter. And it's really hard because you can't just work um in the first term, right? It's gonna be hard because it's gonna be hard anyway, right? Maybe for some geniuses it won't be, but anyway, and the thing is, if you're in another country, you have to be careful, right? Because even you can't work officially, right? Because your visa probably will be student visa, right? Student visa. And if you try to work, if you try to find a job, you might get scammed. You might get your salary not paid, right? And stuff like that. So the only hope is in tutoring, doing some unofficial job, right? And even there, it's not safe because again, if you will get caught, it'll be bad. Bad consequences might arise. And so I was thinking about some other things, right? Again, my gaming addiction is just fucking horrible. I'm back to playing 4, 6, and 8 hours a day, which is crazy. When I realized that it's just a mobile game, right? Because I see a lot of people having addictions when it comes to PC games, right? There's some fucking Dota, some fucking Counter-Strike and so forth. But turns out mobile gaming is also fucking trash, and you spend shit ton of time on grinding, on doing some stupid shit. And I don't know, man, seriously, it's just crazy. I can't just let it go, you know. I can't let it go because look, the thing is, I in the span of 2 or 3 years, right? I have donated around 200 or $300 in all of these games overall. It was skins. Sometimes it was battle passes. It was some crates, some fucking some other stuff which matters on your in-game progress. And I couldn't I can't let it go, you know, because the thing is, I think that if I were to delete my account, literally delete my account, my accounts, right, which I grinded for so long and to which I donated money, then most likely I will start doing some other stuff, right? Because again, if you can't let it go, then I don't know, again, some people might say, oh, you know, you could sell your account and stuff like that. Dude, I've tried it surging up, you know. My accounts in all of these 3 games, they're sort of good, but at the same time they're not that good to be sold for the price, so that I could get some return, right? So that the amount of money that I donated would be like quite the same as the amount of like money that I donate. And even if like I wouldn't get that thing, I just don't want other people to like grind instead of me, like it first of all, it sounds weird. Second of all, like, why would you worsen other people's lives, right? Because like, again, you're giving them the chance to play the game on a high level. Even if they know the game, they're just gonna spend their time, right? And I don't want anyone to spend their time on my account. So yeah. And yeah, I think it just comes down to deleting the account. It just comes down to deleting your account. Because if you don't do this, then I think like you leave the door open, right? You can always like go back and like play that game on that level that you were playing, because new account is always like a lot of fucking problems, like you gotta like do this, do that, and you understand that you have to grind a shit ton of like hours. You have to put it in, and you're like, no, I would rather put that amount of hours in myself, right? And again, it makes you really understand how many hours that you put in the game, that you play it on the easy mode, right? Because probably if your account is maxed, you have some skins, you have some like upgrades, you have some skills, right? Skills, skins, upgrades, and stuff like that, like, which you can like rely on and which make the game easier, right? And so yeah, it's a tough decision, and I'm thinking about it right now, because again, it's really hard, because it's like there was this thing called the problem of like non-returnable profit, like something like that. Like uh it's like the problem when you put so much time and effort into something that you're not being able to part away with, because again, like I have put so much time in this shit, and I can't let it go. And I'm like, fuck. And I'm like it's hard because yeah, because of that problem, because of that like psychological like effect that those games have on your brain. And I think, yeah, that if I don't delete this game with its account, with its account being wiped off from all of the servers, from the Google Play, from the servers of the game owners, right? Then I think you won't succeed. If you leave some clues to restore your account, it's also not gonna work. It's also not gonna work, little bro. It's not gonna work. And so yeah, I'm thinking. I am really thinking. Because I understand, like at the same time I understand, if I were to stop like playing right now, right? And invest that time in like 1 or 2 years, in like in 1 year, I'm sure you can make the amount of money so that you could like restore that same account. But it's not about like grinding for 1 year and then coming back and saying, yo, let's go, now I can grind even more because now I got some money. No, like it's not that, bro. It's not that. I think it's like it has to be like a more deeper than that for you to like part ways with the game. Because again, if you think by my logic that, oh, just grind for 1 year, don't play the game, grind real life, right? And then come back and donate and get the same amount. No, little dude, no. And it's like, it's like something that is like part of you, you know? It's like part of you, and that is why you cannot like you cannot let it go, because you, again, just think about it. You have spent your like part of your life, maybe 1 year, 1 year out of 80 on a fucking game, right? If you count the hours, probably there will be like 100 games on which you spent like 1 year of your life on. And of course it will be hard to like part ways, right? And so yeah, that's why games are so addictive, because you put your heart, your effort, your time in it. And that's why I think that you should let it go as soon as possible, as soon as possible, so that you wouldn't have such problems. If you play a game, play the game which doesn't require any fucking grind, and you can like delete it. But at the same time, those games can be like addictive too. Like Rust, again, I talked about it. Maybe I didn't show this video, but yeah. So like the concept is that you play like some Rust games, right? And you don't give a fuck because like maybe you have some skins, but all of the things that you grinded, they'll disappear, bro. They'll disappear. That's why they're addictive. Because you don't own anything, quite literally. And also the same goes for the Counter-Strike, because the plan is quite simple. You plant the bomb or you defuse the bomb, it doesn't matter, right? The plan is simple. That's why it's addictive, because you can repeat that shit for thousands, millions of times, and the outcome can be like different in a like not just multiple ways, but in a million type of multiple ways, right? That's why it's addictive, because you don't own anything. You don't own anything, but you still can do something. So yeah, I think I have to fucking delete it. Bro, I have to delete it. Like, again, those games were like Last Day on Earth, Shadow Fight Arena, and Call of Duty Mobile. Again, all those 3 games, they include all of the concepts which could be used in real life. Again, Last Day on Earth is grinding, like building a house, planting a tree, raising a son, right? That type of shit. Shadow Fight Arena, becoming stronger, becoming more competitive, like trying to destroy and obliterate other men, other competitors. Number 3, like the Call of Duty Mobile, it's all about like the groups, the clans, the tribal thing, you gather out with the boys and you play some like squad versus squad, that type of shit, like the brotherhood, right? Like all of those games, they include different concepts which are used in real life, and they like abuse them. Not just use them, they abuse them. And that's why they're scary. So yeah, like I've been talking for like 14 minutes straight now, but I guess it might help to someone, even though I repeated so many quotes, so many words for a million times. Thank you for watching. I think that my future self is also watching it and not being idiot that he did not delete his accounts, that type of thing.